How are you, Sanya?
Fine, thank you. What
Getting
about
ready? Oh, I'm
you?
doing great this morning. Thanks for asking. Are you getting ready for your holiday?
Oh, yes, I'm really looking forward to it.
Oh, I can imagine. You're heading for Egypt, right?
Yes, yes.
When
Next,
exactly?
on Sunday, I would say morning, if I remember well.
Okay, like next week.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Cool. How
Not tomorrow.
exciting. How
Not tomorrow.
exciting. Natasha, how are you? Something's going
Sorry,
on.
just a second.
It's
I'm good.
always
Yes, I'm good. My kids are sleeping, so I'm just trying to.
Oh no. I think in every masterclass there is a thing with the kids. You know, in the first one, Marija and Sanya, you were there. There was a woman who had to drop off because of her kids. Yeah, Natasha, how are you
Yes.
doing?
Good, thank you.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Marija, you are
I'm
mute.
doing well. Yeah, I'm doing well. Thank you. And
You
good
and your
morning
lovely
to everyone.
painting. Just so you know, Marija is also an artist,
Oh
so the
no.
painting. Okay. But I really, really love that painting and I need to have
Thank
it.
you. Thank you.
Well,
Thank
girls, thank
you.
you so much for joining me today. As you know, we'll be diving into some awesome phrasal verbs. And yeah, just so you know, and you do, this meeting is recorded, so make sure you behave yourselves. Unlike in our classes and meetings. I'm joking, of course. So, what is a phrasal verb? I think that Sanya wants to share this definition. Maria told me she would be a little bit incognito. I don't know if you're still in this incognito mood.
I'll give my best.
So,
Okay. Phrasal verbs. Well, they are some kind of phrases which students usually do not like, but they're
that's
really
true.
useful. They're really useful. And we always have a verb plus a preposition, and together they create some unique meaning, which
Perfect.
very often doesn't have any sense with the verb actually, but it can help.
Yeah. Exactly. So it's normally completely different in the meaning to the verb, the original verb it's made up of. And that's why, like Sanya, you said, students don't usually like it. But just like idioms, they are an absolute must. So do you have your favorite phrasal verbs? Natasha, I don't know if you are with us or you are still checking on your kids. Okay, so students checking the kids. Maria, have you got one?
Uh, yes, actually, I have a. Um,
I know it's
yeah,
difficult to pick one. Yeah.
yeah. There is a one. There is a one we mentioned yesterday, but I don't know if you wanted to save it for later or
Mm,
um,
go ahead.
looking
L-
into.
look into. Okay, I'll add it to the chat. What does it mean to look into?
Yeah, just to simply look into something or
Simply.
explore something, or I'm not even
Exactly.
sure how to.
Yeah, like to investigate or explore, find the cause of something. So you can look into the details of something to find out the cause, for instance. Sanya, have you got one?
I was thinking always prefer idioms, but speaking about phrasal verbs, you mentioned the one at the beginning, which is really at the beginning of the master class, which I really like, and that's dive into.
Dive into. Yeah, I tend to
Right.
use it probably too much.
And I had a student who also used it, and I really like it. It's really explains marvelously uh, your intention, you know.
Perfect. So yeah, if we dive into, and as I said, I tend to use it perhaps way too much. Like, let's start doing something, talking about something, discussing something with lots of enthusiasm.
Yeah.
And like when we are diving, jumping into water. Fabulous, a really fabulous one. I love it. And I'm really keen on pull off for some reason. I didn't know this phrasal verb until I moved to England in 2011, I must say. And then I started running into this phrasal verb every time I opened a newspaper or a book, or I heard it on the street a lot, and it means so many different things. So pull off would mean to do something, manage to do something that's very difficult, or successfully complete something. So for example, in business English, we can say, I'm proud to say that my team pulled off highly demanding task, for instance. So I'll just add it here. And it's really funny how Sanya said, I prefer idioms. So when you're a teacher, you actually have preferences. Marija?
Yeah, I wanted just to add another one that we actually used last time we met, and that it's quite new for me. And this is the one, take up.
Take
Start.
up. Yeah. Perfect. What is something we can take up? I can see how diligently you are flicking through your notebook. Awesome.
Cheating.
I love that kind of cheating. So what does it mean to take up? And what can we take up?
To start.
Like a hobby, for instance, or a challenge as well. So Natasha's still putting her children to sleep or checking on them. And okay, so I wanted to wait for another second or so, but I would like to dive into what I had planned for today. And you know how technology and I have really don't see eye to eye, but I thought of an ingenious idea that would occur to any normal person, I think. And instead of typing the sentences in the chat, I could actually share the screen. Yeah, that's my brainchild. Oh, I just wanted to share another fantastic business phrasal verb that I will not be sharing officially. It's not included in one of the 10 phrasal verbs I was meaning to share today. And it's to put together. For some reason, I love the way it sounds. And it's really useful. So do you know what it means to put together, for example, to put together a CV or to put together a team?
Like,
Go ahead.
to collect, I would say, to create.
Exactly. Yes, to create, especially by assembling and combining different parts of people, like if you put together a team. But it really nicely collocates with the verb CV, with the word CV. So what I'm going to do is share the screen where you will see 10 sentences. Let me see. Yeah, there will be 10 sentences. And just a second, let me see where I left it. Okay. I have removed either a verb or a preposition from these sentences, and I wanted you to think of the missing words. Yeah? Can you see the screen? I think you should be able to see it now.
Yes, we do.
Okay, fantastic. Natasha still incognito. Oh, just
yes,
you're
I can
back.
see it, but it's so small. I'm on mute because of my kids, so I will stay on mute until the end.
Okay, so
But,
you don't want to say anything?
no, not to wake up them.
Wake
Or-
them up. Okay,
yes,
can you see
or-
better now? Is it?
Yes, I am on my phone, so
Oh, that's the reason. But can you see clearly?
I can see it, but it's small, but okay.
Okay, I believe in your vision. So let's fill in the missing verbs or prepositions to put together. Phrasal verbs. I use put together. Oh, by the way, when we use put together, we can also we also mean that, for instance, we can say someone is well put together, meaning that someone is dressed appropriately or elegantly. So we can say that, for instance, French or Italian women or Serbian women are always well put together. I just love the way it sounds. So let's dive into, let's get down to it. What is the first missing word here? I specialize criminal law. I think this one is quite easy. Sanya, you are nodding.
True. You chose, I took a look at sentences. I can see that you chose really great examples, really interesting and useful ones. The first one, specialize in, right?
Yes, perfect. So to specialize in means to, for example, if you say that you specialized in a particular subject at university, it means that you studied this subject more than others. And if we talk about our job, and when we say that we specialize in something, it means that we focus on something and that we are experts on a particular topic. So, for instance, I like to say that I specialize in business English. When I was at uni, I specialized in English language and literature. So it's a very useful. And another one, it's a really simple one. I think that lots of people are familiar with it, give or take, but it's somehow it doesn't really occur to us. We don't remember to use it when we should. We can also describe our companies and say, for instance, my company specializes in lighting. I like to say I run a small language academy that specializes in the business English, and it's really great. Perfect. What about the next one? Any ideas? Natasha, you can unmute yourself if you want to say one word and not wake up your kids. But if not,
Yes, but I'm not sure about this one, to
okay
be
then.
honest. Yes.
Marija, you.
I'm really not sure. I have an idea, but it's better if I keep it for myself this time,
Why?
maybe.
Isn't it always better to speak out? I should have included speak out and speak up. They're fantastic ones to express your opinion openly. So what are you thinking?
I think maybe a head. I had a head. No.
I think that would be too many heads. Doesn't sound right.
Agree.
Sanya, do you want to give it a go?
That means that that person is in charge of,
Head
right?
up.
Exactly. Yes.
So,
Head up.
Exactly. Head up. Yes. Oh, you saw me writing it even before.
it's okay.
Sanya said it. Yeah, unfortunately, Ivers is not joining us today, and he is such a great asset to our team. He just texted me yesterday saying that something came up. So, oh, 1 second. Just realized I got a text from, okay, Anna. Okay, sorry, I'm back. Yes, to head up means to be in charge or in control of something. So you can head up operations, you can head up a department or a team. Is a really useful one. By the way, I'll be sending you the PDF version with the definitions and these examples after the session. Okay, next one. In my current role, and then the verb is missing, out complex analyses. Keep in mind, analyses is the plural of which noun? Silence. Analysis is a singular with a SIS. And then when there's es, ses, and the pronunciation is long e, and instead of s, there's z, analyses, then it's plural. So one analysis, two analyses. But the question is, what's the missing verb here?
Maybe carry.
Yes, it is. Fantastic. Natasha is speaking out from the dark. Perfect. So to carry out means to perform or to conduct or do a task. So some typical words that we can use with carry out are analyses, research, polls, surveys. It's a really, really powerful one. Fabulous. And then moving on to the next sentence. In my opinion, good team dynamics and another verb is missing. Along with your co-workers are very important aspects of working life. What do you reckon? What do you reckon means? What do you think? And it's chiefly British.
Get along.
That's right. Perfect. Get along, but let's put it into the correct form here.
Getting along.
Yes, brilliant. Brilliant. So to get along with someone means to have a good, friendly, or a harmonious relationship. Oh, that's a tongue twister, isn't it? Harmonious relationship with someone. It generally has a positive meaning. You can say, I really get along with my co-workers, with my colleagues. I get along with my neighbors. Also, it doesn't have to be a business phrasal verb. But in questions, how do you get along with your colleagues, for example, it has a neutral meaning. So you want to know about the quality of someone's relationship. I think this one is a super common one and that most of you are familiar with it, but it's great to know how we can actually include it in, well, self-presentations. So regardless of whether you are going to use these phrasal verbs in some future job interviews or simply when you are representing yourselves, these phrasal verbs really help you sound more eloquent, natural, current, in the know. And I just love them. Yeah, but Sanya prefers idioms.
I also like this one. Synonym would be get on
Get
or
on. Mm-hmm.
informal one. I'm not sure. Get on. Is
Yeah,
it
they're actually both informal, but they are not too informal. So instead of getting on, we can say, instead of getting along here, we can say getting on. But then you would have to say getting on well with your co-workers. It's great you brought this up. It's a fantastic one. Get on is perhaps sounds even more effortless. Like if you get along with someone, it kind of implies a bit of effort. I don't know, it could be just my interpretation. But thanks for bringing it up. All right, next one. I like taking a leadership role. We could also say, yes, perfect. Who said it?
Natasha.
Natasha. I wasn't looking. Taking on. Fantastic. So take on means to assume or accept a responsibility, a challenge or duty or a role. So these are all some really, really great words that collocate so fabulously together. We can also take on someone, which means to hire or to to hire someone to perform a certain job or task for you. Fantastic. Next one is I took initiative to, and the verb is missing, up a system for recording invoices. This phrasal verb is supposed to mean establish or arrange for an event or an activity to happen.
Set up.
Set up, yes. Oh, you know it all. This is way too easy for you. Woohoo! Perfect. So we can set up a business. We can set up a company. Oh, by the way, This is something I was also meaning to mention, the difference between a business and a business. Any ideas what the difference is? What the difference is? I just had a coffee and I have to keep hydrating myself, sorry.
Business?
Sonia?
Can I give a try? A business,
Absolutely.
like he set up a new business, meaning a company,
Exactly.
and I have let's get down to business, for example, would be like let's do the work we have.
Yes, brilliant, Sonia. So a business as a countable noun is a company, firm, and a business as an uncountable noun, like you said, let's get down to business, is work, and then it functions as an uncountable noun. Beautiful. Next one is I proactively looked Marija, customer feedback and carried out, okay, I used carried out a comprehensive analysis. Here analysis is singular. So I know Marija wants to complete this one.
Sorry, I ruined the party, but yeah.
Spoiler alert.
I proactively looked into customer feedback.
Looked into, fantastic. As we said earlier, to look into means to investigate. Yeah, it's also used in crime-related topics, not only business, but okay, if you work in the police, then it's like killing two birds with one stone. We spoke about this one, so let's move on to number 8. In my previous company, it was difficult to get something, and I felt like I reached a career plateau. Do you know what a plateau is? We have a similar word, if not the same, like a position from where it's very difficult to progress. And this phrasal verb means to be or become successful, to prosper. We often use it with in your career. So if you want to get in your career, you need to make an effort. And any ideas of what the missing preposition is here? Oh, silence. Silence again. Okay, so if we get ahead, it means that we prosper, we become successful, and it's a really nice one. So this sentence could be a very relevant answer to why do you want to leave your current position or your current company. So it was difficult for me to get ahead in my career. All right, the next one is one of my strengths is constantly something up with the latest developments in the market. I'm pretty sure you know this one. It's supposed to mean, if you can't really tell from the context, it means to stay up to date. Sonia, you would have to unmute yourself.
Sorry, now I realized. To
Happens to me
level
all the time.
or no?
Not really level up.
No.
It will have a different meaning, but if you constantly stay up to date, if you constantly learn about new developments, trends, technology.
Keep up? No.
Exactly. Yes. So how would you put it into this sentence?
Keep
One.
up.
Exactly. Lovely, lovely. When I have sessions related to job interview preparations, I don't usually recommend starting with the my strength is or my weakness is. I normally recommend starting with I believe I am, I think I am. But in this case, it really works well. So one of my strengths is constantly ing. So this is how you can start with my strength is, one of my strengths is, and it sounds really nice. All right. Yeah, we typically keep up with trends, developments, technology. I think this is clear. And last but not least, I something over your website and realized that your company values are in line with mine. I'm also devoted to protecting the environment. So what is the missing verb? Any ideas?
I would say look, but I'm not sure.
Oh, look is nice. Yeah, but my plan was look is nice, but it doesn't actually mean the same. If you look over, it means that you neglect. So we wouldn't get the intended meaning. Any ideas? So it does definitely mean to look at something, review in detail. Keep in mind it's in detail. That's the set phrase, not in details. How about the verb go? Does that make sense? Yeah. How do you put it into this sentence? What is the form, the verb form we need to use here?
Past simple, right?
Exactly. So I
Went over.
went over your website. It's a great one, and you can totally use it when you are in a job interview. So I went over your website, and the interviewer might say, so as I was going over your CV, I noticed that something. Fabulous. So I guess that most of these or some of these were not really new to you, but this is, I believe, a great refresher for you to see how. Thank you for nodding, Marija. So just a great refresher, and so it's always good to have these phrasal verbs and also the context, so you have them all ready and have them up your sleeve. Natasha, which phrasal verb is going to be your favorite one from today?
Maybe carry out.
Carry
I
out.
always like that one, yes.
Nice. How would you use it in your context to talk about your job?
In my current role, I carried out some of the most complex invoices.
Fantastic. But I would use I carry out. I wouldn't use the past
Okay.
because it's your current
It's a
role.
current
And
role, okay.
I know what you do. I'm also painfully aware of it. Lovely. Maria, what about you? Which one is going to take away phrasal verb?
Well, I promise I will try to use more all of them. But I think this one, I had up a team of 10 people. It's quite useful. I see it like a use of it.
Nice. And how would you personalize it?
I would say I had up a team of 3 doctors and 10 nurses.
Oh, yes.
Which are similar.
Absolutely. I just remember what you told me about your son. Like, are you her boss also? Are you his boss? Nice. Lovely. And Sanya, what about your takeaway phrasal verb from today?
Maybe keep up with. Since I'm not somebody who is so good at technology, I would say I'm trying to keep up with technology trends.
Awesome. Another tech unsavvy technology lover here. Fantastic. As you know, I'll be sharing this the recording on my Instagram page. Oh, why am I stuttering? What's going on? Okay. I'm really glad I didn't have to use the chat too much. And Yeah, I'm glad that I didn't mess anything up this time. Well, we'll see how it goes when I take a look at the video. Thank you
Can
for
I?
joining me, Maria. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just have one question. You used a synonym for dive into, like in the beginning of the session. So I'm just wondering what would it be? I miss it out
Was
to
it get down to?
get down to.
I think I
Yeah,
said get down to.
yeah,
Oh,
I
even
find.
capitalized it. So, like Sanya said at the beginning, let's get down to business, get down to work. So these are some typical words that go together really nicely. But we can get down to anything. The thing here, and it's really great that you brought this up because although there is two, what should follow afterwards is either a noun or an ing. So, for example, you would say, let's get down to studying, not study. Unless study is a noun, but it's not going to be used as a noun there, is it? No, I don't think it would. Right, I'll be sending you the PDF version with the explanations and the examples. Does anyone have any further questions, or are you good? This has been the most intimate masterclass ever. Thank you so much for joining me today. I wish you a marvelous weekend. Sanya will be in touch. Just drop me a line regarding.
We're finished. Sorry, I forgot that I didn't put on my earphones.
But
Sorry.
it was
Sorry.
fine. It was perfect. There was no echo. I got traumatized from a couple of times. There was this echo, and it was absolutely unbearable. Okay, girls, any questions, or are you good? So far, so good.
Yeah.
All right. Perfect. Thank you once again. It was lovely to see you. And once again, I wish you a fabulous weekend, and I'll see you all very soon again. Cheers.
Thank you,
And see
Maria.
you.
Have a great weekend,
Bye.
everyone.
Have a nice weekend.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Cheers.